In this video, we're going to build this landing page you see, which is actually the CRM. Here's the CRM section, and we're going to build it together. This beautiful looking landing page and CRM is actually our project for this video. And with this project, we're going to build a completely standalone CRM worth thousands of dollars step by step. I actually just finished building it. I'm recording the intro now so you can see what we're going to make. And yes, that's right. I did it all with specific prompts, with artificial intelligence, with Gemini, with AI Studio, and with Cloud Code. Cloud Code was just for connecting things in a certain way. You don't need it much. This is a beginner level video. You'll be able to very quickly build your own tools for your company, or you can create and sell CRMs like this to serve others, because CRMs are what's most in demand. And if you can customize them, as we do in this video, that means all the power is in your hands. It turned out to be a really great CRM. I'm going to keep using it myself. You're about to see how to handle the UI, how to create a really beautiful design, how to connect the backend, how to get it all working, and how to do all of this without knowing any code. You'll see now. Let's get started. Now, first of all, we're in AI Studio. What are we going to do in AI Studio? Actually, in AI Studio, our own... First, I came to Gemini. What are we going to do in Gemini? In Gemini, we're actually going to create the PRD for this application. I'm writing a prompt like this. Generate a detailed PRD. I want this for a simple CRM. Keep it minimalist. It should be minimalist. There should be glassy transitions. It should be interstitial. Let's use small fonts. Dashboard pipeline. Drag and drop Kanban bars. Task list. There should be billing settings. Allow users to upload a list of lists as a CSV so they can add new leads. They should be able to delete leads. They should be able to add tags. There should also be a billing and settings page. Make this at least 3,000 words, because when it's short, emails. They're asking for a PRD of at least 3,000 words. As you can see here, we're using 3 Pro for thinking. Now, why did I say 3,000 words? Because when you request 3,000 words, it forces a detailed consideration and a thorough write-up for us. This is an advantage for us. Now it's running the CRM app for us. After that, it's preparing the PRD. Then we come to AI Studio, google.com, and when we click Build here, actually, by using the PRD here, we're going to start building everything, including our CRM. As you can see, it generated the product document. Our name became Aura CRM. Okay, it generates the vision and everything else. Let's wait for this to finish, then I'll show you how we can set it up. Yes, we're having the AI elaborate on our product, because I say I want a CRM, but maybe I can't think of all the features of a CRM. Or maybe I do think of them, but I'm not sure how the connections will work. There are questions about these things. When it comes out like this, the AI model will explain it much better. Trust me, saying something like, give me a nice CRM, let me add leads, let there be invoicing, is much less effective than this tactic. Our PRD is ready, let me show you. It's quite detailed because we specified 3,000 words. Here, you have all the details of the PRD. It starts from aesthetics, typography, and color palettes. Quality, animations, physics, everything is included. We're taking this now. It even covers how things will be done, which tables will be there, what the tone will be. There are user stories. It's incredible. All right, now we've arrived at AR Studio. We're going to paste it here. Let's delete this part. Let's delete this as well. This will do. You can directly provide the PRD. We clicked Build, like this, and Gemini started building this system for us. Why are we using Gemini? We'll use it in the cloud as well, but Gemini's UI is truly incredible. Google did an amazing job on this. The UI is really great. No matter what you do, you can get beautiful UIs. Even if it's not with a single prompt, with a small adjustment, you can get really good UIs. I hope in this video, with a single prompt, we'll get the system with just one prompt. But even if we don't, then what? I'll show you how I can fix it. Now let's wait. It'll take a few minutes. Then we'll get this application. How will we set up the database? So how will this application work in the background? How will users log in? How will leads be stored? I'll show you everything. Now our application is ready. Let's take a look together. Actually, it's nice. The animations are nice. There's a pipeline. It's in Kanban style. Let me see. I can move things from here to there. It works really well. There's a list. There's a task. These are coming soon. We'll do these soon. But the design has become very AI driven now. I want to make a few changes. As I said, it's turned out well. I'm giving a prompt like this. By the way, you can find all these prompts in the Unfair Advantage community. I'm leaving the link below. I've listed all of them there. You can find them there, and you can find them in many other systems as well. If you need anything, come and join us. When you join us, whatever you need, we'll build it together. That's my promise to you. Now let's take a look here. In this way, it's more minimal, more black and white. Actually, in a more linear aesthetic. Well, not exactly like this. I want something more classic, more elegant. Because while doing things with AI is great, having it look like AI isn't really appealing to me. That's why more product. At least I want us to create a real product. I'm giving one more prompt. Now it'll look even better. Then we'll develop these sections and move on to the database. For the database, we'll use Supabase. I'll show you step by step what you'll need to do. Now it came out like this. Black. It looks quite stylish. Let's make it full screen. The style is even better, more minimalist now. But if we want, there's also a white version. Looks pretty good. Now let's say here, let's do something. We're going to go and set up a database on Supabase, but I'm also giving this prompt to Seminar again so it can generate SQL for me. What is SQL? Actually, we're using a Postgres infrastructure. What we're doing with this Postgres infrastructure is this. For example, there are leads. Leads have tasks. There are people that the leads are connected to. There are many relationships. We explain these relationships with tables, as you'll see in a moment. And these tables are connected to each other. A user comes in. When a user adds a lead with a name, something happens. Their email address is registered to another place. The tests related to them are registered elsewhere. So there's a complex structure like this. Actually, when you see it, it becomes simpler. To set up this structure, we need to use a database and a backend in the background. In fact, Supabase provides this backend for us. Supabase always allows users to log in. So for example, when someone pays, they can log in and use their own journey. At the same time, managing these tables for us, it provides that for us. Now, since Gemini already knows our model, I came here and requested an SQL. So in this relationship, Gemini wrote the PRD for our tables. It knows which tables we use and what for. That's why it wrote an SQL for us to create those tables. Yes, the code looks complicated, but you'll see how simple it actually is. You come to Supabase, click on New Project, and let's call the project name CRM1. Let me quickly enter a password as well. I entered one, I selected Europe, I clicked on Create New Project. Here, I created my project. On Supabase, you have the right to create 3 free projects. You can use them within certain limits. It will be enough for CRM. Now, this place is completely empty. As you can see, it's a blank space with no tables. There's nothing in the database either. Here we are. We go to the SQL editor, paste the SQL code we just got, and click Run. And success. Now I go to the tables. As you can see, leads, profiles, subscriptions, and tasks have appeared. They've been added to the database. As you can see, profiles, leads, tasks, memberships, all interconnected, have been added to the database. We managed to do all this with a single piece of code, and that's a great thing because we're leveraging the power of AI at every step with SQL. Normally, planning all this takes time. Errors can occur during creation, but since we planned everything in advance with SQL, we were able to set up the entire system in the database in one go. Now, let's see if it's functional. We'll move forward and connect the database now. Let's see. It works. There's a link. There's a settings option, as you can see. There are tasks, dashboard, lead, add lead from here. It's working. We can also add a lead. Mert. It could be $1. mert.com. Let's see. I came here. I'm here. It's working right now. Okay, we're going to take it one step further. Let's add a few more features. I want another PRD just to be able to add features like importing leads from CSV, creating a to-do list, exporting leads to CSV. I'm going to request another PRD. We'll develop it again here. As I said at the end, we will tie it all together comprehensively. For now, let us continue with this process. It generated it very, very quickly indeed. It even generously gave me the complete SQL code right here, okay? It provided this so that we can easily make necessary changes within the data structure itself. To be absolutely sure, it initially provided the first one. Let me present to you this particular one first. These are the new and important changes. I gave this and it started working. I came back. Here we need new tables. After what we said, it wants new things. We came here to be able to add them. I ran the new command again. Success. As you can see, with the new command, let's see what came here. The tables have multiplied, lists have appeared. Table editor. The lists have appeared. Exactly, these two have come. So, we've created them in our database. Right now, we're waiting for Semele to implement the new features for us. As I said, as you can see, we're developing everything with artificial intelligence. Here, we requested a feature. Again, we had the AI explain it. I don't just go and say, okay, add these features. Because if I just say add these, it will imagine something and try to add something. We need a clear plan and everything needs to be consistent. The plan. So when managing a project somewhere, we manage it together with an assistant. Here it could be Gemini, ChatGPT, or Claude. It doesn't matter. When managing a project, what you actually need to do is proceed in this way. You need to plan like this and set up the system according to that plan. So we started the system with Gemini. We're doing this setup in the system. Gemini knows. It wrote the PRD. Then when I wanted to create the database, as you saw, it already knew what to do. That's why it also writes and provides the SQL for the database. In the next step, after creating the database, it says, we made these tables, let's add these as well. So you don't have to start over from scratch each time. Actually, even if you're at a beginner level, working with this method allows you to produce a product very quickly. This is the method I find most useful, have seen work best for others, and generally apply myself. I recommend it to you as well because it's like having a coach by your side. Take advantage of that support. It remembers everything. Now it says, I've done it. Let me switch back to white again. It says, I've done it well. Let's see. Pipeline. Let's enlarge it like this. The pipeline is here. All this import CSV has arrived. At the same time, when I select these, I can also export them. It downloaded. Super. The features we wanted have also arrived. This is a very nice thing. We did it just the way we wanted. There might be some issues with the UI in these tones. Not a problem. We're moving on. Now we need a landing page here. We'll go with Gemini again for the landing page because Gemini is already the best when it comes to UI. We'll continue with Gemini for the landing page as well. Again, I want a gorgeous landing page for the CRM in this style, linear, minimalist. It enters prompts similar to the ones we used at the beginning. When we made a visual change, we see a similar prompt. We say, let's make it more detailed. Include pricing, a testimonials carousel, an FAQ section, and a sign-up button in accordion style. Now we're going to do these, but afterwards we'll also need to connect a database. So what have we done so far? We've designed the UI inside the CRM. We've added a few functionalities and created tables in the database to match them, thanks to SAP ABB. But there's one thing we haven't done, connecting them to each other. Now let's have our landing page so that when customers arrive, they can see where they can actually sign up or make a purchase, and let's connect these together. Here, I want to continue with a little trick. We're going to put this code on GitHub. Once we have it on GitHub, we'll be able to do the following. You can provide any model you want to anti-gravity. You can provide it to Cloud Code as well. It's entirely up to your preference. Once we have it on GitHub, we'll be able to work this way. I'll also show you how you can do it. Now, there was an error, but it claims to have fixed it. Let's see, it's opening right now. We'll look at it together. Here, autofix appeared. I clicked on autofix. As you can see, it said fixing here. I'm waiting. Autofix appeared again. We'll click it again and wait for the result. It took a bit of effort, but it worked. I tried a few times. In the end, it solved it. Let's see how our landing page turned out. It looks pretty professional like this. It looks really nice and quite impressive, but just in case it absolutely didn't work out as planned, I had already diligently started making a second, completely new one here, because I genuinely thought I would definitely need to extensively edit it. It's fixed now, which is truly great. You can comprehensively edit everything, including all the intricate animations and so on. But the essential spaces and the important credits in the workspace are currently coming in automatically right now. All of these various elements can be easily and precisely adjusted now. We're going to move this project to Cloud Code so that we can connect the database. Also, I want to show you this. Cloud Code is much more capable. Actually, we're going to use Cursor. From there, you can use Codex, you can use Cloud Code, or you can use Cursor's own agents. It doesn't matter at all. First, we're saving it to GitHub. The name is CRM test. Let it be a heavy CRM. I have successfully taken possession of it for now. The display clearly indicates creating your repository, which signifies the initiation of the setup process. First, I am going to proceed with pulling the necessary files. Subsequently, let's carefully observe the outcome here. It opened almost immediately, which is quite efficient. Yes, indeed, here it is, now visible. This is our newly established repository. At this moment, we are in the process of transferring these specific items into it. More precisely, we are actually pushing them from our local environment. Following these operations, it would be advisable to refresh the view to ensure all changes are accurately reflected. They finally arrived, as you can clearly see. Now I'm going to proceed to Cursor and carefully pull this particular project. I am currently here. There's a prominent search section located at the very top. I meticulously pasted the information here. From there, I deliberately clicked on Create File. It then promptly asked me precisely where to place it. I specifically instructed it to put it in my Downloads folder. You have the complete flexibility to download it anywhere on your personal computer that you prefer. Now, we are going to carefully open this newly acquired file. I clicked Open, all the information is here. Now, if you're using Cloud, you can proceed with Cloud itself, or there are extensions up here. You can use Cloud Code or Codex. I'll choose Cloud Code like this. Here you can click Install. Since I already have it installed, I just click Open. I'll close this. If you want, you can also interact with Codex here. No need. I see our files. Now, when you are ready to add Cloud Code, you can easily select a specific model here by simply typing a /. When you say model, you have excellent options. You can certainly go with the powerful Son model, or you can choose the highly capable Opus model. Right now, our current project is located here. Actually, we will try this out together in just a moment. Now, just to make this entire process much easier for everyone, please run this particular project and then host it vocally. Yes, specifically the port. It said something very simple. Actually, we need to run it from the terminal, but at the beginner level, there's no need for the terminal. Let it recognize the project. It will run it from the terminal itself. It will give the command for us. It asked, should I give the command? It said npm install. It will install it on port 3010, and we'll actually be able to see it there. Now let's see. There might be errors in between. There could be incompatibilities. It could be because of what Tem did. We'll actually fix those as well. It will also resolve the errors. It asked us again, should I put it on 3010? Okay. I said 3010. I clicked. As you can see, there's its own browser here. It came to 3010. It didn't open. So when I clicked here, a black screen appeared. Most likely, there's an error. There's an incompatibility. Skip tag. It was missing because I said I couldn't see it on the dashboard or the landing page. So let's do something about it now. It's going to set it up. There, it opened. As you can see here, this is its own browser. We can continue from here. Let me minimize this as well. You can see here, we're now using it ourselves. As you can see, on localhost 3.0, we've got it running on our own computer, and the system is working now. We're going to connect Supabase, and actually we're going to have Supabase connected. We're going to connect our database right away. I created a Supabase project for I'm saying I said I created a Supabase project. I want to connect this to the front end, to the UI, so connect it. And I said do this automatically. As we said, this is just a start. Now it's going to help us. Actually, Cloud Code also tells us what we need to do. You'll see in a moment. Now, there are some necessary things. It's installing them. You can see here, we need keys for a specific project. It's going to ask us for those now anyway. Okay, it says integration is complete. It needs this information. It needs the URL. It needs the project ID and the anon key. Where exactly is our URL? It's right here. I'm just carefully noting it down like this, because otherwise all of this crucial information will be meticulously written into that specific file. You can clearly see it here. You have the option to write all of these important details into this particular file. I will now proceed to write the complete URL here and the corresponding key here. You can certainly do precisely the same thing. That's precisely how we successfully obtained it. Let's also make sure to get the anonymous key as well. We then navigated to the project settings section. Here there is an important API, specifically the data API, as you can clearly see. And over here are the essential API keys. Sorry, I meant project settings, and then the API keys. The anonymous key is also located here. It's the anon public key. We will carefully take this particular key and then thoughtfully place it over there. Now it has provided us with another SQL query. We will then proceed to input this into SAP. It was explicitly stated that it was indeed working as intended. We had just meticulously observed and understood precisely how we accomplished it. We proceeded to this specific location. We arrived here. I then deliberately clicked the Run button. Subsequently, there was an unexpected error message displayed right here. Please inform me. As far as my current understanding suggests, it appears to be attempting to create it entirely from scratch, but the critical issue is that it already demonstrably exists within the system. Then, it was decided to meticulously establish the policies, specifically referring to the comprehensive security policy. Okay, let's proceed with the implementation of this crucial policy. There's also the consideration that various tables already exist within the system. Therefore, the task involves thoroughly examining these pre-existing tables and subsequently providing detailed comments and observations on their structure and content. That's precisely what I'm trying to convey. It just generated a brand new one for me right now. Since it was unable to access my previous data, it specifically requested the necessary tables. It successfully provided them. And now it's actually working perfectly. Let's carefully observe. Okay, it clearly states that it is indeed functioning as expected. We clicked on it and then returned back again. Let's proceed to open it up. First and foremost, before doing anything else at all. This time let's proceed to make a setting so it's considerably easier now. We have successfully navigated to the policy section. This is the policy area, as you can clearly see and observe. Within this section, we are focusing on the sign-in providers. I am currently in the process of turning off the confirm email requirement right now, specifically so that it does not force us to go through that verification step. I have successfully gone back to the previous screen. It's already open and visible here. Let's proceed to refresh this page to ensure all changes are applied. Cut. I said started. As you can clearly see, the membership page has now successfully appeared on your screen. This is where you are prompted to sign up. Okay, my apologies. I meant to explicitly state that you need to sign up to proceed. Alright, as you can now observe, after completing the sign-up process, we have successfully gained access and entered our personalized dashboard. This dashboard is the central hub for all your activities and information, confirming that the sign-up was successful. Jane, it says Jane. These can be corrected, but you can see Mert. Now let's go. Now, in Supabase, in Authentication, as you can see under Users, I was added here as Mert. Super. So we directly connected the database through the cursor here. Okay. All database. Okay, please make sure database. It wants to make absolutely sure again. If it is truly sure, then we are really, truly done. Superb. So here we have all of the leads. Our current leads are completely empty. Okay, that's superb, because there were indeed leads in the database over here, if you can clearly remember. They are entirely empty now because it is most probably pulling information from the database. Yes, allow me to quickly change my name right here. Mert. Let's say, for example, that I have successfully saved this particular configuration. However, upon closer inspection, it has become apparent that these specific parts are currently not functioning as intended. Okay, so the next step is to ensure that we make these particular components fully interactive and completely functional as well. Alright, we need to proceed and navigate directly to the main pipeline interface here. We'll be working with Adali, which is our advanced system for managing these integrations and ensuring everything operates smoothly. He said, verify if the generated lead is successfully recorded in the designated lead table. Let's proceed to investigate this further. Initially, it did not appear as expected. However, upon rechecking, it is now present. Moving on to the pipeline section, yes, currently there are no leads visible in this particular view. Let's consider this. Given the absence of any leads, how can we effectively transition this interface to a full screen display? It will open right here in precisely the same manner as before. I have confirmed that it is now completely done. I am successfully logged in at mat.com. Okay, that's absolutely super. I have navigated to the pipeline section. Currently, there is absolutely no lead present within this pipeline. Yes, I need to add a new lead to the team. Sorry, our specific lead is designated as lead 1. This is for the company. We have added it right here. It has come here. Now let us see. I am switching to Supabase. It indicated tables. These are the tables, specifically the leads. Yes, lead number 1. So it is currently working actively. By the way, we have not yet put it on the internet. We are running this on our own local environment. We have not published it. It is working actively. Our super system is working actively. We added the lead. Here, Cloud is doing these things. The dashboard, since this part isn't showing with real data, the dashboard is currently being edited. It will be edited soon, so we can't access it right now. With real data, meaning if there's a lead will be displayed. That's how we're moving the system forward. We're checking, and right now it says everything is working. It also says the lists are working. We'll test that as well. By the way, our dashboard is fixed now, so that strange display is gone. Let's proceed with this particular approach. Let's also refresh this entire page completely. There is currently only one individual showing on the main dashboard. Naturally, there is indeed just one single person. Now yes, we will definitely fix this noticeable color change that occurs every single time. We need to examine all the current leads. Let's thoroughly check this specific aspect. Let's proceed to add them with a CSV file. Now, allow me to attempt to add them using a CSV file right here. Here I have my leads. I don't want it to be too crowded. Let's go with allergists. That would take too long. There might even be some here. But for example, accountants are much longer. I came here. What can we take from here? Name. Full name. Okay? It picked it up automatically, by the way. What should we take? Description. By the way, we can set all of these. Here's our feature. Let's take it like this. By the way, 17,500. 378 people. Let's see. Maybe the number of leads is too high. Let's add another one with a CSV like this. Again, from here. There's a CSV here with 5 leads. Okay? Yes. 17,000 came in. That's too many. There was a limit. We'll set that. It added them automatically for now. The leads coming from the CSVs are here. I'm looking at the pipeline, all of them to the pipeline. I can actually use it too. Super. So we have a fully functioning system. I can also add a new task in tasks. Let's call it task. I added this as well. Here are the settings. Here. Super. There are 6 leads now. The dashboard is working. There is 1 pending task. It's working. Everything is working right now. Let's see. I'll refresh this as well. Actually, all the leads came in without refreshing. Right now, we have a fully functioning system actually. Where? Aura CRM. I think it turned out really well. It's quite successful. We've built a CRM together that you can definitely use. I hope you liked this CRM project. I hope you enjoyed it. In my opinion, it's very successful.